Hi everybody, it's Vanessa and I'm back. It is 2025. I have not seen you in quite some time, but I'm back because as promised, I'm not going to ever leave you. The expansion with Vanessa is the serious side of Vanessa. And I've been at this for about 3 years. We've been through a lot because, and even might have been here more than that. And I say it because I just don't do a lot of videos as much. I went through a pretty tough election for me. Presidential election was not something I saw coming. I honestly have been a Democrat all of my 65 years. And because of that, I have seen my entire family go from slavery to Jim Crow to freedom to now a question mark. And it's a question mark I have to take very seriously because now all of my grandparents are deceased and I find myself being the senior citizen. Being 65 for me is very different probably for you because if you're not even close to that age, you have no idea what life was like last century. I was born last century and America has changed greatly. Just the idea of me being able to talk to you is a miracle we did not fathom happening. We had no clue what was coming. We had to live by an American law of discrimination, of accepted discrimination. And it took a very long time for America to change. It wasn't easy, and I said it in all of my videos. It took a civil war for things to start changing. And even then, that was just a pause. Because after that, we had the entire 13 states of Confederacy that was over, but they refused to give in. They did not want to be united with America. And so my family and I, in particular, I was born during Jim Crow. I didn't come here free. We had to fight for freedom. I had to fight just to vote. I had to fight to go to a public school. Do you understand? I'm saying people were killed just because they were born looking like me. And 90% of America said it's okay. It took a war to say no more. It took presidents and Congress to say no more. It took politicians and the people marching and dogs barking at us, biting us, shooting us, beating us, hanging us, until the world even had to jump in and say, enough, America. You have killed each other far too long. You have hated our people on this planet far too long. You've just done nothing but hatred for far too long. And some of us are ready. We're ready to tell you about yourself. We're ready to say no more again. If we have to rise up out of the grave, we will tell you no more again. And yes, I see who you voted for. You're not fooling me. I made a vow. I will never go back to any red state in this nation. Every election I'm watching you, America, because I know who you are. There's nothing new in this nation. You've always worn a mask, and we have always had to pretend that we are free in this nation, but it's just pretense. You showed your mask, well, I'm going to show you mine. We can either smile for the next 5 years, or you can let us free. But I'm not going back to my childhood. I'm too old for that. I have fought you once, and I will fight you again. I'm going to say no to everything that reeks of racism and oppression. Do you hear me? I hope you do, because I know how to spell freedom. And I spell it every single morning in my mirror. I look at myself and I say, freedom, freedom, freedom. Nothing but freedom. So if you're afraid of people like me, you need to be. We're not going to let you just get away with this election. You're trying to destroy a nation that took millions of people to die for. The whole world wanted us to win, wanted us to be free. We're the most powerful nation on this planet. And if you think a little boy from New York is going to control all of his leftovers from the Confederacy mentality, good luck with that. You have the White House right now, but you don't have my ancestors. You don't have the people who look like me and look like you, who fought you. We are not going to go back. We fought too hard to be free. And let me just remind you, I don't mean just black people. I'm saying women in this country fought. I'm that old. See, I remember the 1970s. Yes, I became fully adult. And I'm here to tell you, we're not going back. It might take us a minute, and it might take us a little longer, because we have to get these new young people away from all the pretense. They actually believed you. They actually believed that something had changed in America, but we knew better. We know about your mask. We know about your smiles and all of your thumbs up. It's all fake. But we just need more time to get the young people to fully wake up. It tickles me in a way that they really think they know something. They don't know crap, or you wouldn't be coming back into the White House. Yeah, you fooled them. And I know after 1 year back, you're going to wake them up, and we're going to be here for them. Any questions you have for me on how we did what we did, so that you can sit here and watch me, or anything, period, or even go outside without fear of not making it home, if you need to know anything, I will tell you which books to read, which videos to watch, which historians and ancestors and deceased warriors, fighters for freedom, which people to listen to and to learn from, and to never ever give up. You have to learn. Life is not easy. It's never been easy. You have to wake up a warrior. You have to wake up ready to fight evil. And evil in America, synonyms. Evil in America, one means the other. The only reason America can be different, you have to fight for it. You thought democracy came out of the sky? No, it's not a UFO. It's called the American Revolution. It's a war. You think oppression just disappeared like a magic trick? No, it's called the Civil War. We had to fight for freedom, and we will continue to protest, continue to march, continue to fight for equality. Yeah, that DEI, diversity, equality, inclusion, those fancy words mean the same. We are ready, because in the end, it's all about democracy and freedom. Yeah, that's why we're here in America. It's based on democracy and freedom. And if you don't know your history, maybe it's time for you to learn some. Some of us were born in it. We are history. So hint for those of you just born and obviously can't read, I've been reading about you. Sadly, this generation of new people, I don't know why you're here and what you're doing. I really don't. You spend more time on YouTube. That's why I'm on it, trying to get to you. You have no idea where you are. You have no idea your history. They even have some channels where they go up to Harvard or Yale or Princeton and all the other universities, and they ask you simple questions. Most of you don't know the answers. And you definitely wouldn't know the answers to the questions I have for you. But we need you. Just like my great-great-grandparents, my grandparents, my parents, my students, just like they need me, I need you. I need you to wake up. Stop being so scared. You're so scared you can't even look in the mirror and see your real self. Every single day you're out trying to put some color in your hair like a darn rainbow. For what? You're still just you, living where you're living, doing what you're doing, under the oppression that exists. As a woman, wake up. They've taken all your rights away. And I don't see you in the street fighting like we did. All I see you doing is what? Making another hair appointment, nail appointment, buying something you don't need, probably don't even own anything. Do you have a job? I watch all of your little TikToks. It means nothing to me but sadness. You're so far behind in the world, you have no clue where you are or what it would take to get where I was. I am talking to all of you because my goal is to create a big den, as a D-E-N. Do you know what a den is? That's what a lion does. Looks around at all the other lions and creates a den. Now, if you don't know enough about how a lion became the king of the jungle, I mean, animals are bigger. There are animals taller. There are animals faster. But the lion became the king because the lion knew everybody has a skill, a talent, an energy inside. And I'm looking for all of you who are like me. You were either born and lived through it, or you live now and you're sick of the oppression. You're sick of being defeated at every turn. You are ready to understand why we fought. You're understanding finally why we've said to you what we've said to you. You're understanding why Al Sharpton on the same day, on Monday, our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday, why we are going to protest on that day. And if you live up there, I want you out there protesting. You see, it's time for you to wake up. Vanessa's back. Welcome. This is The Expansion with Vanessa, and I hope you're subscribing, telling friends. I'm not afraid, been afraid. Now, I had to wake up at the age of 7 because that's when the truth was told to me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot at that age for me. I was like, you mean what? What happened? What happened? He was the core of all the energy around me growing up. I was born in the South, in Georgia, in Atlanta. Do you understand who I am? I don't know your life. What's a shopping mall? We were not legally allowed to go to one. I don't give a crap you're missing your movie. Legally, I could not go in and see a movie. Your life is not mine. I remember the back of the bus. Buses didn't even come in our neighborhood. We had to walk miles just to get to a bus. Ooh, child, you're so spoiled and weak. And it's sad that too many people died for your freedom. It was a worthless effort for you because you're not grateful. You're pretentious, you're fake, you're phony, you're weak. And I'm here to tell you, some of us notice. And some of us feel sorry for you because we did what we needed to do. We've had an incredible life. But your life, oh, I know what's coming for you. If you don't wake up soon, I know what's coming for you. I've been there, done all that, and survived it all. But you are prime for the picking, as they say. You're such a little baby when it comes to your civil rights. Little baby. They can say anything to you. They get to do anything to you. You know why? Because all you really want is a like. All you want to do is what? Watch the little buffoon guy who brings in all the little celebrities and they play games. These are grown black men. Buffoons. They are an embarrassment to my ancestors. They probably don't know why they even have the freedom to act a buffoon all day. But I see millions of you out there just enjoying the beast, doing stupid stuff to entertain the beast. You are just like little clowns. And I hate to tell you, come Monday, your reality is about to click on, and it's too late for you to backpedal now. You asked for it? Well, the dragons are coming. And boy, I feel sorry for you. So, wake up to this episode. This is just episode 1 in 2025. And I've entitled it, What's Up? Okay, so I'm going to go through my little papers. You know I always have papers on back. Because I know I have to wake you up. And we start with the following. I have 3 channels. Have a cup of coffee. Buy me a coffee. As in www.buymeacoffee.com. The channel Buy Me a Coffee is a network just like this. But we're a bit more serious, or at least I am. Go to my page, Rather Retired. Because I am. I'm rather retired. I'm not going to ever just laugh my life away or waste it like some of you. But I will have a page, and I am going to post there. I don't have to do videos to entertain anyone. I want to talk to the people who want to listen, who want a better life, who want to be a part of their own freedom, who is tired of just spending all your money. It's just like a gerbil on the little wheel. You make you some money, and then you do what? Spend it. Then you spend it. Then you spend it. Most of you will never, ever see the money that's coming into the White House on Monday. Do you understand the world's richest man is about to control you, make you think you're better than what you are just so they can kick you around and make you do whatever they want? It's called the puppet master. The puppet masters are coming to the White House on Monday. And I feel so sorry for many of you because you're just puppets. They know what keeps you smiling and doing whatever they tell you. They give you a penny of their money, and you're so happy to get it every 2 weeks. Ooh, we got some money that we can spend and make them richer. They've gotten you so wrapped around their fingers, half of you are young and homeless, young and uneducated, young and crazy and silly and stupid, walking around in green, orange, and purple hair, looking like buffoons, literally clowns. You have no futures. You have no pensions because most of the Republicans voted pensions out, down, cut them. Your stock market just went fully red the other day. Do you know that? Most of you don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you have a lot to learn, and I'm going to be here for you. I have 3 channels. One, the newest one, is called Rather Retired. I plan on waking up some people before it's too late for you. But I have to wake you up. I have to get you away from all the crap, the distractions, because they distracted you so much in the last 25, 30 years. You don't have anything. And you know how I know? Because I look at your infrastructures. You don't own anything. You don't own not one airport, not one hotel, not one subdivision for housing, no buses or car brands like manufacturers, not just paying a bill each month. I'm saying you don't own anything, not one grocery store, nothing. Your infrastructure is zero, like the banks. That's what they think of you, zero. You don't have an infrastructure. You don't own anything. The majority of women and black people, you're just labor for them. You're making them a lot of money, and they're coming in Monday. Ooh, the fire on Monday is coming for you. And if people like myself don't wake you up and teach you why we wore real afros, not that nappy mess you got going on. That's not an afro. We wore real crowns. We took pride. I used to have my silk scarf with me when my fro, it was smooth, round, and perfect. I wore Afrocentric clothes with my fro. I don't know what kind of crap you got going on except some European white people brand names. Hello, I'm the one with the doctorate. I can tell you all about how silly you look. You're a fashionista, a customer. You're just a person working to pay them. That's all you're doing. Every time I see you with your little logo stuff on, I go, wow, somebody got rich today. And it wasn't you. Your name is not Gucci. Your name's not Balenciaga. And most of you can't even spell it anyway. But most of you have no idea who you're even wearing. You don't know their philosophies or what their families did. You don't know anything but how to be an economic slave. You go to work every day and do what the slave master tells you. Without question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me my check every 2 weeks. I don't know who you thought I was, but I'm telling you who I am. My new channel is rather retired. You might want to get to it. Start looking at the videos and really listening. Because this life, you won't be able to control that end. But this end, before retirement, you can start making things happen. For real. Change your life. Stop being somebody's slave. Wake up. The dragons are coming on Monday. Speaking of. Okay, Rather Retired is one of my newest, that's the newest channel. It's always on Saturdays that you will see those videos. Rather Retired. My second one is called Traveling with Vanessa. Many of you have been traveling with me. You know what I do. But you're going to start seeing different videos on it. It's always on Mondays. Mondays, I just show you the light side of my life, the fun side of my life. See, there's many different parts of me. Once you live long enough, you'll have many different parts too. And then my third channel, welcome back, is the expansion with Vanessa. Because I try to show you have to expand your mind. You can't be satisfied learning one thing and calling it a day. You know how many of you literally, I'll give you an example. I returned back here after about 33 years off and on visiting. But I returned after a good 30-something years, almost 40. And the first thing I saw, 60% of black males had dropped out of the school system. You say what? For me, all I heard was you say black men are lazy. Isn't that something we fought against because that wasn't true? And then you're giving them accurate data to prove us wrong? Are you telling me black men are in prison and not fighting to get out? Like literally, get out. Don't go in. Don't listen to people telling you to do something wrong. You know what you need to be doing? Creating a real legacy. Find a woman strong as I am who will keep you on that right path. So if you have to go out there slinging it, dinging it, doing your thing and with it, make sure it's worth it. Otherwise, your child, male or female, going to end up right there in the po-po house with you. They plan those 3 years in advance to keep black and brown men in them. They make a lot of money off of them. If you don't know who owns them, you'll see the Dragons on Monday. They're going to party all week because they know they're about to get their hands on all the money you pay taxes with. That's your tax money. Are you aware they're about to get their little greedy, evil hands on your tax money, and you chose to do it? And let me tell you something really crazy. I'm in the South, which means I know a lot of po people who don't look like me. They're much lighter, brighter. Do you know they're the ones who voted for these people? Now, mind you, these people don't even have a to end. And some of you know what I just said. They own nothing. They've been working hard their whole lives for what? To bow down to their new dragons? I mean, that's stupid and dumb if you ask me. So I need for them to listen as well. If you're one of them out there living check to check, scared of the mortgage, scared of the insurance, scared of the rent or the car note. If you're living like that, boy, have they done a number on you. You probably got in line and voted for the dragon. And they're so happy because you're going to give them all your money. Oh, yeah. Did you not keep up with what's going on? Anyway, this channel, I'm going to expand it a bit. I usually talk to you whenever I feel like it, which I will still do, but I'm going to try to get it very specific because I made a decision as I've gotten older. My stress level has gone this way down because I control it. In other words, once you guys voted this dragon in, I said, okay, we're going to take it way down. I will only address the issues of the dragon on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Was it clear? And guess what happens on Mondays? Traveling with Vanessa. That's the lighthearted Vanessa. So you're not going to interrupt that. Nope. I will be back here on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays. Always look for something from me. And it's probably because something went down I have to talk about or wake you up in case you missed it. So hint, 3 channels. Rather Retired is on Saturday. Traveling with Vanessa is on Monday. And then Tuesday, Friday, the expansion with Vanessa. So I got that one done. I can check that off. I can check that one off. Okay, let's keep going. Remember I told you the title of this episode 1 is called, what's that? Let's go to B. B says that I will be doing more surprise live streams. Why is that? Well, one thing I've learned about live streams, they are in the moment. Like, I don't have to plan it all out because when you have dragons coming, you don't know when they're going to shoot that flame. Speaking of, let's take a moment on a very serious level because I've lived in California twice in my lifetime. And I'm here to tell you what they're dealing with is on Earth. That is literally something you cannot imagine. If you've lived out there, I mean, it's going to blow your mind. You're talking about the size of states just going up in flames, and the people will be left homeless. I mean, the dragon coming in, he's the one probably blowing. He will blow more flames because he's not going to help them. Do you understand? A dragon is coming into office, and that dragon has to decide to stop flames to help the people. I don't buy that a dragon can help people. I just don't, especially people being destroyed by fire. Does that even sound logical to you? So I don't have the faith that you might have. not in that dragon, because the biggest fire blowing, destroying dragon is showing up Monday. And now those poor people, those innocent people who have nothing left, their whole life has just been so I pray for them. I say, get anything you can to them. Sadly, I have not heard a lot about the Red Cross, and I grew up with, you send everything to the Red Cross, you donate to the Red Cross, you make sure the Red Cross gets anything they need, because the Red Cross goes around the world. Get it out there to them, and I guarantee they will make sure everything happens. Contact the mayor's office. Contact the mayor's office. Keep doing it. Contact the county commissioner's office, the city. You find ways of all of those places. Find ways of helping those people. The dragon is not going to help them. Okay. So my live streams, I will do them 9 times out of 10, always at night. I'm a nighttime person. I like to look at what life brought me during the day. And then before I even think of going to bed, that's when I talk to you. Like right now, believe it or not, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. But I want to do that more often, the streams, the live streams. I like that concept because it's in the moment. I'm talking directly to you. You'll interact with me with comments, and I'll know that you're there, and I'll know what you're feeling and thinking. And if I can address it or answer it or find the information, you know I'll do it. So I'm going to put a check on that one. But I will be doing more live streams, and they're normally going to be on a Tuesday or a Friday night. Okay, next one. Here we go, making the statement, but I kind of made it anyway. I'm just going to make it as a statement so that you know that if I do a live stream on Tuesday, the 21st, that night, here's the topic. It would be about, for me, the most historic celebration is always going to be Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s celebration. And that's a federal holiday. And it is on Monday, January 20th. So the federal offices will be closed, thank goodness. Because we all know the last time this dragon showed up on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., we had an insurrection. They destroyed our city. They have no respect for who we are and what we're able to do and have done. You had a bunch of thugs climbing the Capitol like little rats. They just let the rats loose. And the biggest dragon said, "Rats go, be yourselves, be rats." And they went flying and climbing and destroying and breaking and killing. So on that day, I, with many millions, will be celebrating the life, beautiful life, of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and all the people who marched and protested and fought the civil rights fight for freedom. We'll be celebrating that on Monday. And I always say to Al Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton, you are like no other man on this planet right now. You've been through so much and lived through so much. We have you in our thoughts and prayers 24/7. You're one of the last of the greatest. Jesse Jackson, you know I always think about you. Man, oh man, these are treasures. And I tell you another one who just passed. He's from my town, my state. He was my first Democratic president. You got it. President Jimmy Carter. Man, I was in the 7th grade. I'll never forget. I had a 7th grade teacher, and she wanted to make sure we knew about civics. I don't, do they teach that anymore? But about government and how it functions and works. And she created us an election, like a voting booth. And he was running for governor of Georgia. That's when Georgia was real. It had a Democratic governor, and it was Jimmy Carter. And I couldn't wait. I was like, yes, 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 dot. And we used to punch him back then. I was like, punch, 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 Jimmy. And he did something we had never seen. The ambassador was black to the United Nations, and he was from my town, Reverend Andrew Young, and that's why he was there to say goodbye. Reverend Andrew Young, you are one of the best of the best. See, I grew up with these people. This is not some textbook, something that the dragon in Florida is trying to destroy my history as if we can be destroyed. We have children, grandchildren, great-great-grands. We'll never be destroyed. You can't destroy anything like us. We are who we are for a reason. This is America. We survived it all. American Revolution, Civil War. This is what we do. This is why we're here. You can bring us over on a ship in chains and we're still here. You can't stop freedom. Okay, so let's go to the next one. But that's what I'll be doing on Monday. And if I think about it, that I actually saw or want to talk about something worthwhile, it will be on Tuesday night, January 21st. That might be my first surprise live, so don't be shocked. Okay. Now, D is, this is the last one, people. This is the last one, because I've done 36 minutes. And you know me and my minutes. Okay, now, D. I like doing the alphabets. It's like an outline to keep me focused. Now, some people just, But if you notice with me, if you go back and listen to everything, I always have a profound point. So, and great information. I always tell you where I get it. And let's just start with Google. But once you get to Google, what you're going to find is that there are newspapers, some TV stations, but I'm a research person. I want it written, documented in some archive. The White House has archives. I mean, I love the .govs because I know it's official. So everything I'm about to tell you is official. It can be researched, documented, and you can find it in the written form, not just a YouTube channel. I'm giving you information so that you can go and research it for yourself. Here we go. So, what was Vanessa's What's Up really about? It's trying to get your attention. Waking up to the fact you're now in 2025. My Democrats, America did not want freedom. They wanted the dragon. They wanted the evil to return. They want oppression. And I have to be honest, I just feel this, I'm going to say it, because the data shows it. White men want Jim Crow back. They want pre-1970s back. Think about it. They had their women under control of their foot. And that's what they've done. They started with taking her rights away. Her own body she doesn't control anymore. So it wasn't about me at first. Then they came for me. See, affirmative action is about America moving forward and addressing the ills. But white man Supreme Court that the big dragon appointed said, no, I know how to take it all back. We'll start with the women, take it. Never forget how he feels about women. You're talking about a convicted felon who has harassed women, been a horrible, horrible criminal when it comes to business and life. So you're talking a 34-count criminal. The big dragon is going to take all your rights away, women. Going to take all your rights away, anybody who looks like me. And especially the people just got here, they're trying to send you back. So hint, the serious topic, the wake up. Here's your wake up. It's your homework assignment. I was a college professor. Go to rather retired so you know who I am. Okay. D. There are 15 executive departments in the presidential cabinet. Confirmation of these positions, the heads of these 15 departments, is going to be made by the Senate. So you have the Congress, right? The Congress, House of Representatives, and the Senate. Well, like this week, should have been done by now. The Senate has to confirm or approve these heads of these departments. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? Most people probably have no clue what the cabinet really is. They just keep hearing about the cabinet appointees. But I was like, do they really know what the cabinet is, what it's comprised of? Well, these are your advisors to the dragon, to your president, but to any president. Because I'm keeping my Constitution. I will fight. Okay. There are 15 executive departments in the presidential cabinet. Here's the following. And I will tell you that the Constitution is loose enough, has been changed enough to give freedom to the president to decide the departments that are considered cabinet. Because it's a presidential cabinet. So you can have more than the 15, but these have been like the basic 15 for, I'd say, a good 50 years. So here are the basic 15. And most of them are chaired or administrated or directed. Those are your titles you tend to hear. And these are the names of the departments I'm going to give you. Here are the names. One, and also I forgot, they would just say secretary. Because you'll say the Secretary of Labor. See? So secretary does not mean the way it does corporate America. On a governmental level, you are the big chief, okay, of a department. We have Secretary of State, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of Defense. Now for the Department of Justice, they use the title Attorney General. So you're not a secretary, you're the Attorney General. And that's because you have to be an attorney in general. Historically, you're an attorney. You have to know the law because your department is the Department of Justice. I love that name, Justice. Making me wake up on that one. The next one is the Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of Agriculture, the Secretary of Commerce, the Secretary of Labor, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Secretary of Transportation, the Secretary of Energy, the Secretary of Education, Secretary of Veterans Affairs, and the Secretary, and this is one of the newest positions, of Homeland Security. Now, I will prepare you. There can be additional cabinet positions. The 15 are the traditional for like the last 50 years. The newest of that was Homeland Security. But you can also have other advisors because these are the advisors to the president. And the other topics that tend to come up that are pretty common, I'll tell you. President Biden had 10 additionals to address these areas. Here they are. Environmental Protection Agency, Management and Budget, National Intelligence, the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, Trade Representatives, the Ambassador to the United Nations, Council of Economic Advisors, Small Business Administration, the Office of Science and Technology, and last but not least, the White House Chief of Staff. Now, that's the cabinet, right? And you're going to hear a lot about the appointees because they have to go through the Senate to be appointed. But in the end, President Biden had 25 advisors. And it was a most DEI committee, meaning he went through diversity. He made sure he had men, women. He had every race, every creed, color. I mean, every sexuality, I'm sure. I didn't know their business, but I'm telling you, it was diverse. Nobody you walk in, and if you're not a white man and looking like the dragon, that was not the criteria. Joe Biden was real. He was a real president. He had been a senator. This is a man who gave his life to making sure America was right. What we have coming in on Monday, good luck. I keep telling you, you better wake up quickly. Join my lion's den, and I'm going to start giving you the energy and intellect you will need. Because I went through the gauntlet of fire. You have to get through the gauntlet of fire. You have to fight for yourself, for your children, for your parents. And if you have grandparents alive, fight for your grandparents. You got to fight for us. We can't do it anymore. We used to be out there. I can barely walk from here to there. I'm just telling you what I still know and remember and lived. And I'm giving you the knowledge. Move forward with knowledge, purpose, conviction, and courage. I mean, come on, people. We need you. So here's your homework. Question: which department actually controls the 1957 Civil Rights Act? Don't forget, I told you, we were born in Jim Crow. Our goal was to fight all of that racism and oppression. And in the end, we had a Civil Rights Act law saying you've got to protect us. We want to vote. We have the right to vote. And that is what basically is the 1957 Civil Rights Act. Sadly, the 13 Confederate states are the ones who are always last to gain and give us anything. I'm going to wake you up quickly. Do you know America did not abolish slavery? Yeah, you think they did. But the Civil War did not end until, you ready? Are you ready? 2022. I'm not lying. The last state to abolish slavery didn't do it until 2022. Now, some of you right now are going, yes, go look it up. Mississippi, the worst Confederate state on the planet, didn't do it until 2022. And if you want the real truth, it still didn't abolish it. You know why? Because the truth is, if you go to prison, slavery still exists. They take away all of your rights. Why do you think you have 900 plus criminals fighting that fire in California? Because otherwise they are slaves. And it's like if you're going to be a slave, somewhere in your soul you begin to feel, if I have to die a slave, I'm going to die helping another human. Whatever crime you committed, you are going to help another human. So I think you need to really start waking up to where you are and know where you are. Stop living in some fantasy that's not real. Anyway, the Department of Justice controls that law, that act. The Civil Rights Act of 1957 is in danger because the dragon has put forth a director. I'm trying. Remember, the person has to be a lawyer. The Attorney General controls the Department of Justice. And in this case, most of you have no idea who is now going to be in charge, but I do. And I did my research to bring you up to speed. I need for you to spend this weekend researching who is going to keep us oppressed. Oppressed, oppressed, oppressed. Her name is Pam Bondi, B-O-N-D-I, Pam Bondi. Never forget that name. She is not your friend. The dragon has now put her in charge, and it is up to the Senate, and we all know those are just little dragons. They are going to put this person in, and that person, so that you know who this is. This person is against all rights related to people under LGBTQ and the other letters. This person is fully pro-life and against women. All of the rights of your own body for female, she's against it. She wants to control your life, your body, because she says she's pro-life. Doesn't that sound asinine? Next, this person, Pam Bondi, wants to overturn our voting rights. Literally was a part of a group. Very conservative group out of Florida. Where else? Writing briefs and litigation and fighting for laws, and she became literally the chair of this organization. Even though she was the Attorney General of Florida, that wasn't bad enough for her. She wanted to make it really clear how much she dislikes us having freedom to vote. So hint, she became the chair of the America First Policy Institute. You know what that means, MAGA. That's just MAGA. And on top of that, the big dragon, notice, because he's right there in Florida, and he made her your new Attorney General. If the Senate agrees, and you know I'm praying tonight, please don't let them agree. Please don't let them agree. She also supports racial profiling. Something that, you know, my state of New York, I love my New York. New York made so many errors and just atrocities when it came to racial profiling, but then they stopped it. They really looked at themselves in the mirror and said, we can't keep doing this. It is oppression. Well, sadly, Bondi, it was so bad for her that the ACLU had to start sending their own lawsuits against how she was helping people profile, literally like write up the little litigation and all the crap. She was supporting the people who were supporting the idea of racial profiling, and in particular against immigrants. So you're talking about an attorney general about to come in on Monday. I don't know the outcome. Never forget, I'm doing the video before the end of the week. So you're looking at it on a Friday. I'm doing it, what day is this? Tuesday or Monday? I'm telling you, I don't know what the Senate is going to approve or not approve, but I'm telling you the type of person who's been nominated, and it's been Pam Bundy's been nominated. And she is bad news. So the fourth thing that you should know about her, racial profiling. She likes that. She can't wait to come and destroy our rights. Number 5. This is a person who has actually defended the Dragons University. Come on, this is a man convicted of all the crimes. He's a criminal. 34 felons, bad business, harassing women. I mean, she defends him. She's been one of his attorneys. This is all the dragon's world. It's like fire and brimstone coming on Monday. The dragon is here to destroy all of America. And ultimately, the richest man on this planet, who's not even American, he's part of apartheid. Look it up. Look it up. Musk is a part of apartheid history. This is bad, people. It's beyond Democrat Republican. I grew up with that. I'm telling you, this is about the dragon. This is about what dragons do. All of your life you've worked hard. Your people, your family, your friends. But as if the universe sent us a message. The fire in California, pray for those people. But I want you to know what's in the hearts of the dragons on Monday. They want to come destroy you. America, let us not allow this. Do not allow the dragons to come Monday and destroy what America took hundreds of years to form. They let us in the last 60 years. And I know we have grown. I know we have added to the history. We even built most of this nation. You saw people like me who were different. You saw people who were born DNA somewhere else. But I had to come here, not because I wanted to, but I was born here under duress. I was born here. I'm Native American. I'm American. And I don't want to contribute to the destruction of this nation. I want to encourage young people to learn where you are. How did you finally get to be free? And what are you going to do to remain free? Well, everybody, I've done what I could do for this first video. I'm back. I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to find the energy I found in my youth to stand up for my freedom and my rights. Everybody have a good, safe weekend, but you know your homework. You've got to figure out what is your part in helping us. Don't make us wait until it's over. They will be in office for 4 years. If you can, figure out what can you do to help us in this first year. Please. Good night.